and welcome to MGP326. I'm Kev, and with me as ever, we've got Sheepdog, Anna, and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
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 And we've funded MGPX, everybody. It's happening. Thank you to everybody who has already purchased their tickets for MGPX 2019. The event is fully funded with 35 hours to spare. It's happening in Peterborough at the Brewery Tap. Saturday, 20th of July, we're doing a live podcast. Sheepdog is giving away all of his possessions. There's going to be a quiz. There's shenanigans ahoy, boys and girls. And as with previous years, it's going to be a pay what you want affair. So now the event is funded and we can go and pay for the room. We don't care anymore. Just turn up on the day. If you want to slip us a fiver while you do it, that'd be grand. But if you just want to come along for free and enjoy some podcasting entertainment, you can do that now. All the details are at lelujo.fm/MGPX. And if you want to win Sheepdog's clothes and stuff, you get raffle tickets. For every £1 you spend on event tickets gets you entry into the raffle. And the prize is all of Sheepdog's stuff, I think.
At the moment, they can have the drum kit I use to play the MGP theme tune at the start of every episode. It does mean we'd have to be purely acoustic next week.
I would like that, because that intro's still too long. Pab, it doesn't feel any short. You promised me it was only 7 seconds now.
I just thought of a plan. Go on, Pab, you say your bit.
Right. You said this last week, didn't you?
I did.
Get it shorter. And then I spoke to Sheepdog and Anna after you'd gone last week, and they said, it's fine. Nothing wrong with it. Don't worry about it.
They don't know what they're doing.
I know what I'm doing. I want to challenge our listeners to send their own versions of it. I don't know, on a guitar, on a piano, them singing it. I think we should start doing that. Let other people do the theme tune.
As long as it's only 7 seconds long.
Well, yeah, just not as long as the one we have now, eh?
Yeah, it's too long, Pab.
Right, okay. Now this is a going issue. I will cut it down for next week. I'll physically go and edit the original.
I have faith in the listener. I reckon someone out there has probably got an a cappella group that's going to sing it. And there's probably someone out there sat at their piano now thinking, what do I play? And then they've just heard me, my chord.
If anyone can do an accurate rendition of it on a didgeridoo, we will make that the permanent theme song. But I mean, when I say accurate, I mean accurate on one didgeridoo. Okay. There's your challenge.
Okay.
My brother's got a didgeridoo. Perhaps he'll have a crack at it.
Oh, does he still have that? That'd be so funny.
He's got lots of weird stuff. He's a weird man who wears corduroy trousers.
Oh, that'd be so
You
funny.
are a pair of hipsters, you and your brother, aren't you?
I'm not a hipster. I don't wear corduroy.
You're a massive hipster, mate.
I'm not a hipster. I'm a cool dude.
You're like a hipster that turns up about 5 minutes too late.
That's the best kind. Isn't that all hipsters?
I don't know, really. I'm kind of so far behind that, I don't know. To be honest, I turn up about a year late.
Exactly. In a year's time, you'll be telling me that intro's a bit long, isn't it? And I'll be saying, yes, Sheepdog, it is. That's what's turning people away. Podcast players have a +10 and a +30 button. If you're +30 and you're still listening to jingle, you listen to something else.
If you're +30, though, if you're +30, you've only got 4 seconds of jingle.
Yeah, but they don't know, do they?
That's it.
Yeah, they don't. If you're a new listener, you don't know that. You start listening, jingle, +30, still jingle. This is just a musical podcast.
I bet. I guarantee that you've got 5 seconds in before you've gone, this is a long jingle. Press 30 and it's already over.
I think we need to market test this. I will take to the streets of Peterborough over the weekend with headphones and a clipboard and
just a jingle.
Canvas the public and see what they think. Say, look, I'm not going to tell you what we're doing or why we're doing it because that will skew the results. I just want you to hold my phone, wear these headphones, and I'm going to watch you.
Just say to him, tell me when you get bored, and then just...
Yeah. So I think it's got legs. Perhaps I should do it on a train, then I've got a captive audience.
I think more people than you think would listen to it all the way through and tell you it's awesome because people don't react the way you think. When I was on my stag, they put a picture of me vomiting on a T-shirt and asked every woman we passed whether they would marry me. And out of a poll of 100 women, only 2 said no.
you still got that T-shirt?
No, because it was a hideous picture. I actually won a bet to have the picture destroyed. No one can post the picture without having to pay £50 to charity.
Okay.
I kind of expected more charitable donations to come from it, but they just stopped posting the picture.
I was just
if anyone who was part of this deal wants to send me the picture, I'll pay the £50 and I'll just take care of the rest.
None of those guys listen to the stuff I do. They're quite unsupportive.
Jingles too long. They hate long jingles. I've heard them say it. Ring them up and tell them the jingle's now a reasonable length. Try again. Give us another chance. It's a 7-second jingle now. We've hit the sweet spot finally.
I want to hear how did you do.
It's fine week anyway.
I'm good, very good.
Okay.
Anna, I'm going to have to press you for an answer.
Pardon?
How are you on this fine week?
All right.
Excellent news. Do we not have any? Why are you sneezing? What's that all about?
I don't know. I don't feel sick, but I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, don't you get ill as well? I considering I'm the sick note in my family, I'm the only one who's not ill at the moment.
I've just seen that your lovely wife has been ill.
Yeah, strep throat, whatever that is.
That sounds made up.
I think
That sounds like someone who's just trying to get out of doing chores.
Sounds about right for her. She's lazy.
For like just a smack around the head or something like that.
He's got no fear. He knows she can't stand long jingles either. We're completely safe from people who have low attention spans.
I tell you what, I think the little one's got it and all because he's just not. I mean, I went to bed at 1:30 last night because he was crying. When I woke up at 7:15, he was still crying, and no one could tell me whether he ever stopped. And yeah, I don't know what's going on. That's been my week basically.
Sounds scintillating. Pretty sure you said you'd had a good week when I asked a minute ago.
Well, all right. I'm so delirious. I don't really know. I said I was good. I didn't say I'd had a good week. I said I was good. If you asked, I mean, I'm the little group I'm in on Facebook where we're supposed to talk about Pokemon Go is now called Sheepdog Rants because it's just been a week of me losing my rag on there about silly things. Well, they've been winding me up in a funny way, which has been quite fun. But yeah, I've not had a good week at all, actually. I've been ranting left, right and centre. I think I've probably got the bug, but it's manifesting in rantiness rather than snot, which is all right, really.
Perhaps we should cancel the gaming podcast for this week then and just do a word association game with Sheepdog, just throw topics at you and hear what your opinions on them are. This might be a fun game to play.
Well, I've got games to talk about, but you can have a crack at that if you want to.
No, well, go on, tell us about your games.
Do you know what? Like, I didn't realise how ranty I was being until they pointed it out, but I was even having a little whinge earlier on Twitter, because I realised that I still haven't played Spiderman, and I put it in my PS4, and it said, installing, 3 hours. I was just like, are you kidding me? And I just like, oh, mate. I sat down and was like, this is ridiculous. I mean, I might be able to get 5 minutes of it done. Left room, come back, and it had dropped substantially down to like half an hour. And I was like, oh, thank God for that. So I went about putting the kids to bed and everything. When I come back, it was done. So I got to play Spider-Man, and it does look very cool. The fighting, I've put it on the lowest setting, and I'm wondering whether that's going to shoot me in the foot, because the fighting is quite samey now. I'm kind of just like triangle, square, shoot a web, hit. By the time I'd beaten Fisk, I was like, I really hope this evolves. I'm sure it will, obviously, but I've got it on the lowest setting, so that's my concern. And I'm hoping one of you will tell me whether I need to up it to get some variation, or whether it is just because I've not unlocked all the moves yet, which I know I haven't. But no, it's been cool fighting Fisk, and I've basically done up to fixing Dr. Octopus's robot arms. I'm not that far, but yeah, it looks really cool. I sort of let my son sit in the room with me for about 5 minutes, and then all the guns started going off and everything. I was like, get out of the room, go in the other room. Yeah, I was hoping for a bit more time than that. He's fascinated by it all. He knows so much. He was asking me if Venom was in it. I was like, how do you know about Venom? What the hell? I'm expecting him to say, like, is Iron Man in it? He didn't go like, oh, is Deadpool in it, which would have really shocked me. But Venom, I'm like, that seems an odd one for them to know about at that age. And then I was like, well, I don't know, it might be one of the baddies. It seems like Venom's a goodie. And I'm like, look, I don't know when this is set. It could be a goodie, it could be a baddie. I don't even know if he's in it. But I assume it's a who's who of all of Spider-Man's villains, isn't it?
Sort of. Yeah. Sort of. But I'll leave it at that.
It feels very, very identical to all the Batman ones that are exactly like this. So I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I genuinely don't see the difference between it and the Batman ones, which I loved. So that's good. I'm not complaining, but I don't really get why the whole world went absolutely mad for it when it's literally Batman 4 made by a completely different company about a completely different franchise.
It's got Spider-Man in it, and you get to swing around.
Yeah, but people are like, I don't know. I just felt like I don't know what I'm trying to say. It just seemed like everyone thought it had completely changed the world, but it's just they've taken what was awesome about the Batman ones and made it Spider-Man. Great, excellent, cool. Let's crack on. They should do this with all the heroes. Let's make a Thor version of this and a Ant-Man version of this, and well, it will be because they've just taken the Batman formula.
But they haven't, because Batman you can't swing about and.
Yeah, you can. He has the.
No, you can't.
He has the whatever it's called.
Spider-Man can.
Yeah, shoot and glide. It's very different. Very different.
Pretty much identical.
Entirely different.
Well, Batman, yeah, fair enough. He could stay in the sky for a little bit and stuff like that. He didn't just fall like Spider-Man does. But you could use whatever it's called, the grappling hook, to grapple around Gotham. You could float around Gotham. It's nigh on identical at the moment, it feels. There's just a lot more buildings close together, so he's always got something to shoot a web at. Anyway, it's awesome. I hopefully have more to say on it next week, because obviously I'm not that far into it. That I quite liked the little kind of side bits of trying to wire stuff, and then I thought, hang on a minute, it's just going to be constant. It's just going to be its attempt at puzzles, like try and rewire this thing constantly, or is that just
there is some of them, but is that in Doc Ock's
is
lab?
That quite sparing, or is it off?
That is pretty much the only place you're going to. You might do it occasionally, but not. It's not as often. When you get to that book and it's just, or whatever it is, that computer terminal, and there's loads of them. That is the majority of them, I'd say.
That's really bizarre when games do that, isn't it? Because I did that bit thinking, oh, okay, I see. There's going to be lots of this dotted about. Is it just for unlocking stuff or whatever? And then, yeah, okay, you're telling me that's not the case. It seems odd to put it so early, didn't you?
You will do the towers. There was towers, wasn't there? You have to match the signals. You done that bit? I think you must have done that at least once.
Don't think so.
Where you unlock a signal tower, and you have to match the signal. You have to do that a lot because it's just basically unlocking it's the tower in that area. It unlocks like that part of the map.
I've not done that yet, so I guess
that's not difficult. That's nowhere near the same sort of difficulty level. And there are some of them puzzles in, but that's the whole thing. You can keep going back to and doing more and more of them on his computer terminal. That is pretty much the main place you'll do it. Like I said, it will be out and about in the world, but nowhere near as much as you think. I should be
trying to destroy his lab and career as a scientist, not encourage him and help him, because surely if I enable him, he's going to eventually become Dr. Octopus and try and kill me, isn't he? See, my Spider-Man sword's completely accurate. Well, exactly. So why can't I just assassinate him now? Well, imprison him. I don't know.
You've got to play it out. It doesn't go how you think it does.
Plus, you don't know that he might go bad.
Well, I actually don't, because I know there's different. I mean, he's Spider-Man in the comics, and that sort of thing, or he was a while back. I don't read Spider-Man comics, so it's all a bit confusing. I was surprised to learn that he worked for him in a lab. I don't remember that being Spider-Man's job.
Well, that's the thing. They've reimagined the whole story, and the Insomniac have like come up with this entire unique story, like reimagining of the whole universe for them alone. It's not like a retelling of an already
I'm
thing.
not complaining. I'm just I was surprised. I thought, oh my god, I'm so out of. I don't know anything about this, but obviously, maybe that's just. I'm not going to know when there's differences because I know like Fisk and people like that. I don't know if it's worth me boning up on Spider-Man comics now. Kind of like, I don't know, it's Marvel comics.
I mean, you don't need to. You actually don't need to.
See, I like to get into it. I like to get into the character. When I was playing the Batman games, I became a detective. I went around deep in fighting crime. It became who I was for a bit. I like solving riddles, but I don't know. The suit looks a lot tighter than the Batman suit I got.
Right. So you need a
right.
Need a different suit then. There's plenty of suits in Spider-Man.
Who's on a train?
Not me.
On a train?
Sounds like one of you's on a train.
It's not me. I can hear it too.
There was thunderous background noise. Now you're having a wee.
Yeah,
Someone got a sound effects board.
Maybe it's
Pat. It's not me doing it.
Other than that, anyway, games. I have pretty much given up on persevering with Captain Toad because it makes me ill. I reckon I'm going to wait for the bugs to leave my house and then try it again. But when everyone's under the weather and I'm potentially under the weather, I just can't do it. So, yeah. And I let Ollie start Pokemon Let's Go. So I've been playing that a lot with him because obviously I completed it, but I never let him go near it when it was my go. And now I'm letting him playing on his own. And the only reason I really want to bring that up is because I'm so impressed at how accessible it is for. I mean, I know he's better at games than I am, but he's just cracking on with it. And I mean, he can only read a little bit, so it's still. I mean, they've massively done wonders with that game. It's such a perfect design. I saw lots of people moaning because they announced the new Pokemon Gen 8 the other day, Pokemon Sword and Shield. And before they announced it, people were saying, if this is Let's Go 2, then I'm just going to quit. And I was like, you guys are idiots. If this was Let's Go 2, I'd be over the moon. I'm glad. I mean, I'm more over the moon that it's the new generation they've announced. It's set in an England rip-off. I can't remember what they called it now, but like they're always kind of based on countries, and this one's based on England. Which is exciting because I'm hoping that means there'll be lots of Pokemon events in England later this year. And surely it means there'll be at all the events that we go to and stuff like that, which would be exciting. Might even be able to go visit Kev in it.
I'm not a Pokemon.
You might be a Pokemon person, though. I was thinking of writing to him and saying, put me in the game, damn it. I want a character that you just fight and he's called Sheepdog and he just, I don't know, he's there. That's it. Do you want to be in the game? You've picked my country. You can pick me, damn it. Annoyingly, where we live, it's just a mountain in the game. I looked at the map.
Yeah, completely geographically accurate.
Yeah. Do you know, the whole of Scotland has been replaced with a ginormous stadium, which again, it's pretty much in line with what I'm expecting to happen post-Brexit, I think. Isn't that what we're doing? We're just turning it into a massive stadium where you go fight each other. Yeah, no, just me.
I'm staying away from that
one. But no, it's interesting seeing how little they've made the entire country look. It shows the American/Japanese view of how small our country is because it's literally, I mean, you can walk across it on foot. Anyway, no, that looks cool. So I was letting him play that, and he is well into it. It seems really easy for him to pick up. I think the only struggle he's had is he's skipped so many of the battles because you can just walk around things and ignore people that when he comes to gyms, he realises he's massively behind. It's interesting watching someone who knows nothing about the technical side of all these games and trying to teach him to get it right. Because once you figure it out, you're unbeatable. But this is obviously his first foray into it all.
Yeah.
This is how I imagine watching Kev play it would be like, because he has no idea.
Yeah, I don't read any of the screens. I avoid most of the battles. I just rush to the gyms. And I just, it's easy peasy.
It did insult me a little bit when I said, see, I coached you through it and you beat the gym leader. And he went, I did it all on my own. And I was like, like, okay, I had absolutely no input into that, teaching you how to use the you little swine. But thumbs up, yay for him. I shouldn't really be taking offence to that, should I? But I think it grated a little bit. He was like, I did it without any help. No, but that's an awesome game, and I can't wait for them to do sequels to it. I'm hoping they do, because
I don't know if they will. But
if they don't,
I feel like this was just a stopgap to buy him time to get to the next gen, and I feel like this is a good jumping on point for a lot of kids, because there's a lot of deep systems in the regular game. There's a lot of systems in there which is going to go right over kids' heads. So just easing them in with this is, for me, I feel like the perfect place to start them off.
I know what you mean, and I think, I mean, this is exactly it, isn't it? If I hadn't already got him into it with 6 years of indoctrination and basically brainwashing him, then getting him it might have got him into Gen 8. But it'll be weird. I mean, I wonder whether they'll have to link in. I mean, they always link in Gen 1 with these new games, but I wonder whether they'll go overboard again and make sure you can go there or something, just so that they are linked. I just googled, will they make a Let's Go Switch sequel? And it says it's a matter of when, not if, because they made so much money out of Let's Go. So that's cracking. I can't imagine them getting away with later generations so easily, but I think two.
That's a good point. They could just remake Gold and Silver in the Go for, or something like that.
That's exactly what I'd imagine they'd do.
So maybe they will do that.
I mean, if they make it and you can get all 100 and whatever every single time, and you can max out the decks, then this will basically be the perfect Pokemon game, because this is the only time I've ever had all of the Pokemon in a game. All the other ones I've sort of failed to achieve that, I've done it for that specific one, but I've not done it for every single one available. At that time. So if you can do that with these will be the Dream Team games. But yeah, that's enough for my Pokemon Corner of the week. I'm going to shut up.
Hey! What
have you played?
Me? It's a question to ask a man. Goodness me.
I know what Kev's been playing.
I've been playing Trials Rising.
Oh, you're lucky, you are. You nearly owed my friend Tim. I say friend; he's more of a noise that's just there. But he sent me an unsolicited message saying that fella, what's his name, on your podcast, he keeps banging on about Trials. I'm going to get it, but if I don't like it, he owes me 20 quid. And then he sent me another unsolicited message. Because apparently block means nothing to Facebook, saying you can tell Kev, he's bothered to learn your name this time, you can tell Kev his £20 is safe, I'm loving Trials now, I've got the hang of it. You almost owed him when he failed to do the first demo, the first level, the tutorial, but apparently your £20 note is safe now.
Good, I'm glad. I don't know what you're talking about. I imagine I will owe him 20 quid when he gets towards the bit that I've managed to get to now, which is just a world of frustration, as I've got through to. I'm just about to hit. No, I am trying to do the first finals, which I'm just about to hit. I think level 40 something or 30 something, and there's like 3 mini finals before this one, where. When you get to a final, you start with 8 people on the track, and you have to finish in the top 4 to progress through to the semi-final, and then you have to finish in the top 2, and then when you get to the final, it's 1-on-1, and you have to win the race. And all the way through the game, up until the point I'm at now, you get as many tries as you need to do each stage. So if you fail at the semi-final 5 times, it doesn't matter. You can just keep retrying the semi-final. But on this one that I've now hit, inexplicably, because it's still labelled easy, you have to finish in the top 4 of the first race of 8 people, and then you go straight into the next race of 4 people, and you have to finish in the top 2. If you fail at that, you have to go back and redo the one with 8 again. And it's all the way through the game up until this point. It's been so easy to meet all of the criteria. It's been pointless criteria. Like, to get the medal on this one, you just need to make sure you get less than 6 faults. on this stupid, supposedly easy final that I'm on. Even on, I can do the one against 8 people, no problem at all. I get onto this semi-final. Even when I do it perfectly with no faults, I still finish last. I cannot qualify for the final. I cannot get past this point of the game. The next set of stuff isn't going to unlock until I finish this one race. I've spent 2 evenings this week trying to do it. I just can't do this bit. And it's ruining me because I've been loving the game up until this point. It is brilliant, but this is just unnecessary frustration, and it's ruining my life. And they need to let me have unlimited attempts at it, or let me give them £300 to just be able to bypass it and play the rest of the game. I don't care what they do. Give me access to the rest of the stuff I've paid for. I can't do this. Let me do more tracks now, please.
Games do need to get over this whole here's a challenge you must beat thing. That's something I probably didn't mention in my last review with Let's Go, but I'm seeing lots of this is the way the developer intended, and it's like, well, kind of screw that. Just do the game the way the player will get the most enjoyment out of it. So in your example, skip the damn races. In my example, I can't use the Pro controller with Let's Go. I didn't realize that was the case until I was trying to give it to Ollie to use and it wasn't working. I was obviously doing it on the handheld with the screen in hand, but wanted to be able to show him what to do, but he couldn't use that controller. It wouldn't allow it. And I'm thinking, that's insane. There's no reason not to use that. It's the same with Mario Party, isn't it? But it's weird that they make these development choices that just don't really add up. Your one, they should just let you skip it.
They absolutely should let me skip it. Just the whole world map thing that they've got in Trials Rising is lovely, but I don't care about moving around a world map. I don't care about what level I am and character development stuff and unlocking extra stickers and costumes and all this nonsense. I just want, I don't care about any of that. All I want is the tracks, and I want to be able to try them all and fail at the really hard ones. But I've got myself to a point now where I might not even get to try the medium tracks because I can't get past this bottleneck in the game that isn't letting me go any further. And it's very upsetting to me because I was loving it.
Like that.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because you could imagine that being the reason, couldn't you? Like,
I'll give them trials people. If you want my money, I'll give you my money. You can have money. Name your price. I want more tracks.
Quite you fool. But no, I know what you mean. I mean that could be a good reason, couldn't it? Like, just I don't know. They'll make it slightly easier after you've failed it 40 times.
I failed it for 2 days, and they haven't given me the option to pay them yet.
Have you tried getting good at the game?
I'm not going to do that. Why would I bother? I don't do that with any games. I just want to play it for enjoyment, not getting good at it. Getting good at stuff is boring.
If you hang up your headphones after the show and you go sit down in the living room and you go, right, I'm going to get good at this.
Yeah, but then it becomes work and then it's not relaxation. I don't want to work at a game. I just want to play it. It's called play, not work. I don't want to work a game. I want to play a game. I just want to sit down and play. I don't want to get good at it. Getting good at stuff is boring.
Games are a bit too much like work lately, aren't they? A lot of them are. I mean, not all of them, but lots of them have become like that. I think you've hit a bit of a nail on the head there.
I'm a very wise man in my own way. Pab, you've been playing this as well, haven't you?
Yes, I've been playing it. My thoughts, you're right, on the world map thing. I wanted to go back to the way I was like, was it Trials Evolution, the second one, where it was just like a list of tracks and you just go next, and just go through it. I don't want to be doing stupid stuff with all the stickers. Is insane. I don't want to keep getting lines and dots and stickers and stuff all the time. I don't even
because I haven't read any of the explanations. I don't even know what that's all about.
So I had a look. You can when you go to customize your character, you can physically put these stickers onto your character.
I'm not going to go and customize my character.
No, I'm not.
I put my character in a gorilla suit. In a gorilla suit, it will stay.
Yeah, I mean, I've got some new tires, some new jacket or whatever. I put them on. I changed the color. Maybe I'm not going out of my way to write stuff on the front of it with stickers and stuff and make symbols and stuff. No, can't be bothered. But I kind of got I kind of the same as you. I get to a certain point in that game where it just goes, I can't do anymore. That's it. That's it. But up until that point, I thoroughly enjoy it.
Yeah, but it should let you just have a go at the next stuff. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to unlock the harder tracks. Just let my skill level prevent me from completing them because I physically won't be able to complete them.
At
least let me have a go.
You'll probably fumble for a few of the harder ones just by a fluke, won't you?
Yeah, and it'll give me more longevity in the game. I'll be able to have fun failing, but it's fun failing when I'm failing at 1,000 different things in a row. But if I'm failing at the same thing 1,000 times in a row, that isn't fun. That's just painful, and it's going to make me stop playing the game. And I'm one level away from being able to unlock the next wave of stuff. And so I've got two choices. I keep banging my head against the wall with this final, or I go back and grind on some of the previous tracks and turn some of my silvers into golds or a bronze into a silver somewhere and do little marginal grindy gains on 20 different tracks. But again, I don't want to do that. I just want to play. The best thing about Trials is when you go on a new track for the first time and realise what awesome thing they've done with it. And I feel like I've got at least 2/3 of the tracks that I'm probably never going to see because I'm never going to unlock them.
Have you tried asking Anna to do it for you?
Anna's more frustrated than I am with this game. You can't play Trials, can you?
No, don't like it. It irritates me so much.
Yeah, she gets angry. It's funny.
Yeah.
She starts snapping people's fingers.
So what we need is like a travelling man who goes around the country, or woman, it's 2019, and they can just complete games for you. Is that what you need?
No, what we need is for the developers to not hide stuff behind nonsense. And I always go back to this because it was my favourite feature in any game ever. We can all say it together. Everyone listening, let's all say it together. Grand Theft Auto got it right because if you failed a mission enough times, it said, do you fancy skipping this one? And yes, Grand Theft Auto, you know what? I do. Let's just carry on having a good time together. And I got to experience the whole game that I paid for. With this one, 2/3 of the game I'm never going to see because I'm not very good at it, and I feel discriminated against. People who are good at games have got 3 times as much game for their money compared to what I've got. That's not on.
It's weird because I know people who were outraged when I was explaining to them that in GTA 5, every time was it Trevor that was doing the plane missions, every time he got in a plane, I just nosedived it into the ground until the game let me skip it. And they were like, well, but there's something. And I'm like, well, no, they were the worst bits. I couldn't do them. So every single time they were like, let me just get in this plane. I was like, that plane's going to blow up 3 times now. And I'm going to move on. And like you say, it was perfect. But some people seem to think that's mad. And they seem to be the sorts of people that the game...
those people have the option to say, no, thank you. I won't skip it.
Exactly.
I'll keep trying. But doing it the way it happens now, I don't get the option to have a look at the medium tracks. And I know from experience on previous Trials games, I'll be able to do half of those medium tracks. I can do this stupid semi-final without any faults. The problem is, I'm not doing it as fast as the 3 AI characters that I'm competing with. So I've not only got to do it faultlessly, I've got to do it faultlessly and faster than the speed that the developers have arbitrarily picked out of the air and decided that is the speed one must ride their imaginary bike at to access the next levels. And it's
kind of how games work, in it, but I know what you're saying.
It shouldn't be how games work. They should just let me have the rest of the stuff. I want to play it. It's fun. They've made this, or at least label this a hard challenge, because after 2 evenings of failure, I can very confidently say it's not easy, because I've played all of the easy tracks now, and they were easy. This one is a different category. It shouldn't still be labelled as easy. It's insulting to me that you're telling me this is an easy track and I can't do it. Stupid.
Hurt your pride.
I'm curious now to see which one this is because I want to see if I can do it.
It's like up in Russia somewhere. They call it the finals. You know where you get those stadium ones where you have the 3 tracks to do. Well, on this one in Russia, there's a 4th one, and the 4th one is where you have to do 3 consecutively. And even if you fail on the 3rd one, you have to go back and restart the first again.
Right. Okay. Well, I will try and do that over the weekend and see if I can get to there at least.
Yeah,
see if I can hit that same brick wall.
Against the brick wall.
Yeah. I mean, other than there are a few things that's getting on my goat with this game. One, I mean, I'm playing on Switch, and playing on Switch is fine in handheld mode. Playing it on the putting it dock in the actual Switch and playing it is like playing a PS2 game. It is grimy as hell. I don't know if you think...
I've only been playing it on the telly, and I think
it's just... I was like thinking, if I'm playing this on my TV or on a monitor, this needs to be played on something other than a Switch, because it's really bad.
Yeah, but you're a graphics snob.
I am a little bit, but I mean, it would look so much nicer.
It looks fine. It's absolutely fine.
It is fine, and it's fine on the handheld mode, and you don't really notice it. It's fine. That's just a nitpick. That's a minor one, really. The other thing that annoys me is when you do a race, you get arbitrarily put in with random people's ghosts, and I'm like, why are you? Who's Frogman?
If you they're not. Unless you've logged into a Ubisoft account, maybe, and it's giving you random people. For me, I can't remember my Ubisoft account password. I'm not getting the leaderboards or anything. I'm just getting the same 3 AI people every time.
Right. So I wondered why I couldn't find you on the friends list. I was like, where's Kev? I can see Kev playing it. Yeah. So what you do, you go into a race and you get there's 4 other races with you, 4 other ghosts. But they're all just random people who have a Ubisoft account who are playing it. So it's not like on my friends list. It's not. I was like, am I the only person on my friends list playing this game? It could entirely be possible.
Well, perhaps we all need to think what my password might have been.
Maybe.
So that I can log in and reset it against each other. I'm not going to go to those extremes.
It's not hard. Just click reset password and they'll send you an email and you go, okay, reset it. Yeah, and then that's it. You're done. It's an email. It's like free clicks. Yeah. Anyway.
I think I'm made of time, Pab.
So that's another minor thing. The thing that annoys me is when so you have to get there's gold, silver, and bronze medals, isn't there? On each level.
Well, I would know. I've only ever seen the gold ones, Pab.
No, well, I only get the gold one. But more often than not, I finish second to one of the ghosts every time. So I always finish second. And I feel like saying, you don't need to tell me what position I've come to these random ghosts who I don't know who they are. I'm not chasing these ghosts.
They're going to become super important when you hit the brick wall.
But I don't care. I don't care about the ghosts.
You will care then, because it no longer matters if you do it without faults and how well you do it. You have to be ghosts.
Yes, but the thing is, though, Kev, in the actual in the stadium ones, they're AI characters. They're not ghosts from real people. So I'm still getting the gold medal every time, but I'm always second. And it makes a point of saying second. I'm like, I'm not racing this random Frogman 69, whoever he's called. I don't care who this fella is. I
doesn't care who he is, but you've memorised his name now, haven't you?
I've made that name up. I don't know what his name was. But
Frogman 69, tweet at us and let us know your best time on trials.
Yeah. So I just like saying why you show me the ghost? By all means, show me the ghost. But you don't need to tell me I came second to all these other ghosts who I have no affiliation with at all, and have no care of whether I come fourth or first in, because they're just ghosts. I don't need. If it was you, it would be a different matter because I'd want to see what you had done. But it's just random people.
You don't mind losing to me, which obviously is what would happen.
Well, I'd try and beat you. If I couldn't beat you, I wouldn't be that bothered about it. As long as I got the gold medal, I wouldn't be as bothered. But I would try and
disappointment.
Yeah, well, get that That Ubisoft account set
It
up.
doesn't seem like there's any way around it. If anyone from Ubisoft is listening and just wants to log me in so I don't have to, I'm on board with that. But otherwise, I'm not going through a 3-step process to reset my password.
Just stop it. Oh.
3 steps. It's not even hard.
Is she talking to you? All right, she is talking to you. I thought she was telling a dog off in the background.
No, I'm telling you because he's just being petty and annoying. I don't like it when he's like that. It's annoying.
I was trying to shout title of your sex tape every time you said Frogman69, but I was on the other side of the room getting a drink, and you just kept saying it, and I was like, "Damn it! Somebody say it!"
Anyway, Trials is good. There's just a few minor things that are
Trials is very good until it gets annoying. Which I mean, that's a comprehensive review of every Trials game ever. It's brilliant until you hate it.
Until you
That's
hit the wall.
You said about it before you even played it. We should just get on to Terry Riles.
I don't think he was expecting the walls to be in the easy levels.
Yeah, exactly. Normally, I make it through medium, and then these hard ones are pretty hard. I'll stop now.
I think they assume at this point, if you're playing them, you've probably already hit the decent standard in one of the old games. It's a bit like they don't tell you how to play a Super Mario game these days because they assume everyone playing them played all.
But that's the thing, Sheepdog. They do this time. There's a university of trials. And you do tutorials through that. I spent 15 minutes on the tutorial today and still. So
how are you bad at it if you bloody went through Trials University?
It's stupidly hard.
What did you get in your degree?
I graduated first. No, I got to a bit where I can't do it, and the voiceover man even says, "Look, you're not going to be able to do it now. Just get as far as you can. Come back to it when you're more experienced, when you're better at the game. Go away and practice, then come back and try again." So I'm just at the moment I'm doing as I'm told. I've gone away to practice, and I'm not getting any better. He's not teaching me. I don't know what I'm paying that man for.
You're probably going to end up like those numpties who basically got handed a 2-2 at our degree, ain't you?
I'd take a 2-2 at this point if it lets me play the medium levels.
Yeah, but you'd be like that Irish fella who, God knows what he's up to now.
Trying to remember any Irish people I've ever met. I have no idea.
I stared off into the distance thinking, oh, was he Scottish? Welsh? He could have been English. He was from the UK.
Wow.
None of that's ringing any bells.
I would say you'd recognise him, but I don't think you would. I'm pretty sure we met him out and about and you had no idea.
I don't think, gun to my head, I could name 5 people we did agree with.
Well, I'm one of them.
Yeah, I remember you.
All right, okay. And Mr. Fardin.
Yeah, so that's 2.
The monkey.
Yes, I do remember him.
Just about.
Yeah, so I don't think I can go. I think they're the 4. I don't think I can go any further than that. I don't think I remember anybody else.
You remember Nathan. He lives down the road from us.
I wouldn't have done without you prompting me.
That's a good point. To be fair, again, I was straining, and then if I only saw him like a month ago, so sorry, we're doing a podcast. We don't need to reminisce about university. But
talking of reminiscing, here he goes. Talking of reminiscing, I'm very proud of this. Crackdown 3's trash, isn't it?
Have you played it? Okay, go on.
I played like 2 hours of it, and it's just rubbish. This is not very good.
Yeah. I've not played. I've just seen a lot of videos and read about it.
I was expecting disappointment. I loved to give you all some background. I loved Crackdown. I really didn't like Crackdown 2, and Crackdown 3 feels like a game that's been delayed 8 times, and they've just thought, you know what, we want to stop developing this now. Let's just release it, and it's just boring rubbish. It feels like the sort of game that probably, I haven't looked at any reviews. I would put this about a 60 on a Metacritic. The sort of game that you pick up on a 2 for £10 deal in Game Station 3 months after it's come out because no one else bought it. Other than the fact that no one's actually going to physically buy it because we all got it for free. Anyone who's played it got it as part of their Xbox subscription thing because no one's actually going to pay for this game, surely. And,
it looks like the kind of game that Anna will start playing MGP 452 and go, "That's all right," and, and then that'll be
Anna, you've had a go on it, haven't you?
Yeah, I played it for about 4 hours.
And what did you think of it?
I had nothing to go on, so because I haven't played.
Yeah, as a standalone game, let's pretend it's a new IP. Never heard of it. It's just a game.
Boring.
Yeah, exactly. Really quickly, it got boring.
Yeah. Set you up there to say it was all right, Anna. I was waiting for you to say the
no,
words.
it got boring.
So it's not even all right. I think that's the lowest score you've ever given a game.
It was just you just had areas and you were just doing the same thing.
Very samey from what I've seen.
Which is not what the original Crackdown was.
Sounds more like Destiny.
In the original Crackdown, you felt like a superhero. It was amazing. It was just constant fun and feeling awesome, and everything had a purpose.
I remember how giddy the advert for 3 made you when they announced it.
I was so excited.
You were well over hyperactive about it, but yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
Have you played 1 recently, Kev?
No, I'm sure it's rubbish now.
It's a sign of the times. I feel like it's like you said, it's been made in a vacuum of. And everything's passed it by, and the genres.
Yeah, like Anna said, she'd never played it before. I was trying to explain it to her before we got it, that it's basically Grand Theft Auto with superpowers, except it's not like modern Grand Theft Auto. It's like GTA 3 with superpowers, and it doesn't do it as well as Saints Row and Infamous and whatever these other games have done it since. But it was the first one, which is why we loved it, because it was the first one to do this, and it did it perfectly. And then Saints Row came along and did it better. And
that's it.
Yeah,
very much. Saints Row perfected it pretty much with 4, when you literally had superpowers, and that was effectively Crackdown 3 and Saints Row 4. That's what it was. And this feels like they've updated the engine to Crackdown 1 and 2 and tweaked a few things and not really taken in what the whole genre has moved on.
Silly little things like one of my favourite things in the original Crackdown was the ridiculously overpowered cars that you got, to the point where you could drive a car vertically up the side of the big skyscraper thing in there. In this one, it doesn't give you a car. It allows you to call upon any cars that you've previously driven, and you just steal them, Grand Theft Auto style. But the problem is, all of the cars around the starting area go about the speed of golf buggies. And you're supposed to be this, you used to be a super-powered, awesome thing, but you've been regenerated, so you've lost your powers, you've got to level back up again, blah, 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 blah. Although you can still jump further than you should be able to jump at the start, so you've still got a little bit of superness about you, but you get in a car and you just toot along, and it feels like, okay, this would actually be quicker to walk. And the map doesn't really work properly, and then you get out, and the gunfights are so by the numbers, and it's got auto lock. And I mean, I don't mind an easy game, and I was playing it on the easiest setting because I'm an idiot. But it just auto locks on, and I found myself, you could literally tootle up in your golf buggy, get out, and then not even look at the screen. Just rotate back between the 2 triggers so that it locks onto someone, fire, locks on, fire, locks on, fire. And yeah, maybe if I played that on a higher difficulty level, it wouldn't be quite that simple. But I assume when you go on a lower difficulty, it just gives you like more health and stuff. There was never any danger of me dying. There was never any danger of me enjoying myself. And I just stopped, and yeah, I'm done with it. And I'm so disappointed because I was so excited about this game for years. They announced this, 4 years ago? And it was just, what a disappointment. Has anyone looked what it actually got on Metacritic?
No.
I'll have a quick look now.
I want to know. I want to see what everyone else thinks about it because I don't read reviews anymore. But
I know it widely got panned pretty much for being...
People are very wise.
What you said, yeah. Just meh, average at best.
You definitely checked it, you liar.
Why?
Because the Metacritic score is 60.
Oh, that's amazing.
4.4 user, 60 on the crickets.
Yeah, it feels like a 60.
Yeah.
There you go.
It looked like a 60, to be fair, but I always assume that's just me being a Mardy bum.
No, Kev's wise again. This is just the week of wisdom for me. But I don't think I've played anything else, just those two. And of course, I won at Mario Party before the show because I'm a hero, but then Anna broke my fingers because she didn't want me to win.
What board did you play?
Broke your fingers.
The one with a watermelon on it, the one I hate, because it just seems to randomly move you around different islands and then you can't get to the star.
Oh, yeah, I played that with my mates and when I was away, and it was kind of like I was trying to egg them towards like the gold one or the one that isn't the domino one. I'm trying to think now. And they wanted to do the island one because they said it was a starter map. So they thought, oh, we're starting it. But then they were really frustrated that everyone was flying all over the place and Toadette just kept going off on weird floaty tangents. But I mean, that is the game, isn't it?
And I'm superior at it, as I showed.
Did you win because it let you at the end for being the weakest player or whatever? Because I came
was in
second.
fourth place all the way through, but
Yeah.
I ended up winning.
I came second against my friends, and they were genuinely getting ready to lynch me when they thought it was going to award me the win, and then it awarded it to somebody else.
In my defence, I did win like 7 of the 10 mini games, and I had most coins by miles. And it was just literally the luck of the dice roll was stopping me get stars.
No, you didn't. You had the lowest coins. So don't even
That's
go on.
not true.
Yes, it is. You were below me.
I'm glad I didn't. I'm
You
glad
had
I've got
no
this still
stars
open on
and
my
you
Switch. I'm going to check.
I had 44 coins. You were last.
I won the game. I think
Yeah, but you were
history
still
shows I won
last.
the game. But I won the game. I'm superior. And I've also discovered that apparently I can play as myself on Mario Kart, which I did earlier today and was very happy about. Why
Yeah,
did
that's
nobody
me.
tell me that before?
You could do the same on Smash Bros.
Nobody told me.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a little Ollie for Smash Bros that just jumps in with his guns and starts blazing. Until they add in a sledgehammer wielding person, I'm not going to be in Smash Bros because I don't think anyone else represents me.
Splendid.
What?
Anna, would you like to tell us about video games?
Not right now.
I just want to call you out, Kev. Actually, there's a fella called James Thomas on Metacritic who says that the internet loves to hate a great game and that you're wrong, and they give it 10 out of 10 because
He's
you're
got
wrong.
2 first names.
Yeah, you're right.
What does he know? Get a surname, then you can have an opinion. Idiot.
There's
James
loads of
Thomas
people on
is
here
coming
saying,
for
like, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes that makes everyone hate this game, but it's great fun. I imagine there are people who didn't play the originals and think this is as good as it gets.
Yeah, but even if they've not played the original, if they've played Saints Row or, I don't know, Tetris, anything at all, they would have, if they've ever experienced fun playing a video game and then played this one, then they should know this isn't very good.
I only ever go on this site when it's mentioned on the show, and it's quite fun reading through and seeing which people got the review copy and panicked and thought we can't say anything bad because it's a sea of sub 70 point scores, and then there's just a couple of 90s and 90 plus who've said it's an awesome game, and then they've given really weird scenarios when you'd like really good for older gamers who want to unwind, and it's like just going off down this niche little area. So they can
I'm an older gamer. I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, it got a couple of. It's always worth checking that because you just think these people panicked and didn't know what to say.
Anna, are you ready for us yet?
Yeah, I was just sorting out, babe. It was being weird.
So, video games that you've played.
What have I played? I've played
What are you playing right now?
Yoshi World.
Tell us about Yoshi.
I don't
New
know,
one.
I literally just turned it on the demo.
Yes.
Literally
Yoshi's
just turned
Crafted
it
World.
on.
Is this the one that's basically Tearaway or
think
looks
so.
like Tearaway?
A little bit.
It'll be yarn though, won't it?
No, it's not yarn. It's
It's crafting.
like paper craft.
Oh right. Oh okay. I didn't actually watch the advert. Sorry, it's just always Woolly with Yoshi, I assumed. So
No,
Not this time.
It's
blown me away.
I've literally played it for 30 seconds, and it looks like.
So is that game out now? If there's a demo, or
No, there's a demo. It's out in April.
Okay, cool. They're a bit early with the demo.
It's only the first level. Literally,
That's
the first
unlike
level.
them. They released a demo of the past 2 games I saw the demos come out of had already been out a month before they released the demo for them.
29th of March, this game comes out.
Oh, there you go. End of March then. Super.
March? Oh, wow. Okay, it's not long.
So is the demo good?
Yeah, it's all made of like craft paper, and there's a train going round, and your Yoshi looks like it's made of cloth, and it looks nice.
I think I'll enjoy this. I may have to add it to a list of some kind.
I'm just perusing it at the moment on Amazon, deciding whether or not it's going to go into my pre-order pile. I think it might be.
It is lovely.
Yeah, I'm scrolling down the old Nintendo website.
I would honestly give the demo a go, because
I don't play demos.
Once you play the demo, you will know that is the game, and it doesn't really get any different from that. And I think you need to try the demo, both Kev and Sheepdog. Just because I feel like you might get a similar sort of situation as Captain Toad. Not you, Sheepdog, with like motion sickness or anything, but it's very much a certain style of gameplay. And
I assumed it was going to be like Tearaway. Is it not going to be like Tearaway then? I mean,
no, it's a Yoshi game.
No, I know. I'm looking at
it. The Yoshi game's got a very distinct gameplay like loop.
All right,
and I think gameplay. I think Tearaway was much more innovative than what the Yoshi's World games are. I think they're more like they're like platformers, but kind of simplified a little bit. I don't know. Give them a go. You might just come back to me and say you're an idiot.
I'll try and get the demo. I have it in my head that my Switch will have no storage. I don't know whether there's a storage option on it, and I can't remember what.
Have you not got a memory card in it?
Probably. I don't know, Pab. That's what I'm saying. Really.
Well, did you put one in it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Buffoon.
I can't remember.
It doesn't come with one in it. I'm saying.
No. I know, but yeah. So you don't think the built-in would have enough space for a demo? Is what I'm saying. Then.
I think the built-in is like 32 gig.
Okay,
maybe. So it's not a huge.
But when I said I think it'll be like Tearaway, I don't mean it's going to be an identical game with Yoshi. I just mean like I assumed it's going to be all about the fact that you're crafting the level as you go, or kicking things, or making things.
A little bit, but it's more like a 2D platformer.
Yeah, I can see it. It's sideways, but there's all rolled paper and stuff, which I assume you unroll when you get near it or whatever. If it's literally just a platformer set in a paper world, then that seems a bit cheeky and pointless. But if it's a bit, I'm wondering, because I can see like it's for 3+, which
you can play.
It might be worth just getting it for the kids. One of them's bound to have a birthday at some point, and I can
there you go.
Just shuffle it onto them, and
so you do
keep mine clean.
Assassin's Creed 3 is coming out on the Switch as well.
Yeah, do you see the video for that they showed on the Nintendo Direct?
I don't watch stuff like that.
Holy hell! Like this, you put that forward to be shown on the Nintendo Direct. It must have ran at about 15 frames a second.
Yeah,
it looked like he was running in slow motion.
No one can tell.
Yeah, only frames existed.
It looked like he was running in slow motion up the building. It looked horrendous on the Switch.
Maybe it was.
Yeah. Wait to see the reviews of that, or videos of the actual game before you pre-order that.
Is the one that introduced boats, or was this the one?
No, it's not.
Hunting and crafting.
Yeah, it's Connor.
Oh God, I'm not interested. No Ezio, no party.
Yeah. I wish to do that as well. I'd be more interested in the Ezio collection on there rather than free. I don't know why they're doing free at all. Other than it's the only one they haven't remastered at this point.
You know what would be nice for them to do as part of 3? Follow up on the ending to it and do a part 2.
Sensing that rant was coming, I was just about to say, I really wish, because the film of that came out, didn't it?
Yes.
Was it any good, or was it like all game films?
No, I've heard it. I've heard people say it's horrendous, and I've heard people say it's all right. It's just, but no one said it's amazing.
Because I don't like the gameplay in these games, so I've never got into them. But I find the story fascinating, and I like history. So I'm kind of like, if I could just see the story laid out, I feel like Assassin's Creed shouldn't have been a game. It should have been an epic film series that spanned like 15 years and had loads of money thrown into it. But they made it into this annoying game, and it was clunky as hell, and I couldn't get into.
I don't think the film is the story of the game either.
Oh, that's a good point. Isn't it just running around in a desert in this film instead of it being all about...
Apparently, a large chunk of the film is not even in the Animus. Like, a large chunk of it is just like... It's just the outside world bits, and it's not very good.
Idiots.
Is there even like a book it was stolen from or anything like that? Because I'd read a book about this story, I reckon.
I don't know.
Novelizations.
Probably.
There's comics as well.
I might have a look at that then.
Wow, YouTuber's Life OMG is coming out on Switch as well. For only £30, I can live the life of a YouTuber.
I don't think it would suit you.
The first thing you have to do is choose what vest you want to wear.
Wow.
I don't think I'm doing this right.
What vest do you wear?
Yeah, what vest do I want? No, not that one.
Do you want a vest?
Okay. Anna, carry on talking about your games while I choose a vest.
So yeah, I'm playing that at the moment. It's delightful. I do like this, so I may pick that up at some point. I've played some on Metro. I've finally got my expansion pass today. Did you get it? Fixed it.
Great.
Basically, you just put in your code that they gave you at launch, and then they give you a new one. They only affect people from the UK, Europe and Russia. I don't know why they have to specify, but I don't know. So that's fixed. Playing it, the story's going fine. I'm now back into tunnels, which I missed a lot because Metro is set in tunnels and that's where I should be all the time, but no, they didn't want to do that, which I'm fine about. It's gone back to its roots, so I'm happy about that. I've just read that there may be an announcement for Borderlands 3 at the end of the month at PAX, I think, Boston. So that's made me happy. It's either going to be that or it's either Borderlands 3 or Borderlands 1 for the Switch. It's one of them. Either will be great.
It'll be more likely to be Borderlands 2 for the Switch, surely.
The Handsome Collection.
So
yeah, but it's too much hassle to redo Borderlands 1, whereas they've got the Handsome Collection that's all ready to go. They'll just slap it on there.
Don't need it anymore. Don't need more.
I'll still buy it again. I'll buy it again on Switch. Borderlands on the go. I thought that with a Vita.
On the Vita.
It was bad though on the Vita.
It wasn't bad. It was just.
Pad means it ran at 27.2 frames per second instead of 1,000 million.
Yeah,
and he literally confirmed that as I was ranting. Then it didn't run great.
I mean, it doesn't run great though. You can't enjoy a game if it's like running through treacle when you're like.
If I told you it scored 12 on the treacle scale, and then showed you another game and said that's only a 6, you'd probably play the one that scored a 12 just because you think it's better. It's a nonsense scale.
If it runs better, then yes.
Yeah.
It's all imaginary.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well,
we can.
Frame rate does not exist. It is imaginary.
It's no more reliable than Sheepdog's treacle scale. Sorry, go on, Anna, talk.
No, honestly, if you're not having a moan about something.
Interestingly, Sheepdog does actually have a treacle scale that he uses to weigh out his treacle.
I do, yeah. It's pretty much worn out.
The man eats a lot of treacle. It's like Winnie the Pooh, but with treacle.
So I played some more New Dawn. Like I bought it last week. like literally, I was playing it while we were doing the podcast. So don't really have much to say to it. This game is a lot of fun, but it's got some odd stories going on in it, which I'm fine about. But like, there's just weird things going on. I just don't understand how they get like these mad stories, but it's fine. I've not. The only way I die is I fall from very high points of the map. My parachute takes too long to open, and I don't like having the wingsuit because it makes me feel sick. So I die a lot from 4 damage, but like weapons and just general weirdness in this game, and so I'm not mad at it. It's more Far Cry. Far Cry 5. Just I think it could have been a DLC. I think it would have been better. I
feel like it is. It's sort of like a standalone DLC, isn't it? From similar
a good
to
old-fashioned expansion pack.
Yeah. So like I bought the DLC for Far Cry 5, and I didn't like any of it. I wasn't a fan, and this would have actually made it better. This would have, if this had came out, I'd been happy with it. But I didn't like the expansion so that was fine. That's fun to play for 20 minutes. So like Metro, you have to sit down and play, whereas Far Cry, you just mess around for 10 minutes. I've played some more Division this evening. It was more of the private beta, so I just turned it off because sometimes
it's just more of the same.
You start again.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly the same.
I uninstalled the private beta, and then I read this morning, don't uninstall the private beta, it's the same thing, just a new patch on top of that. I was like, well, I'm not playing that this weekend, that's that done.
Patched like 3 days ago, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And I remember that obviously they're going to do a public one to test out servers. I get on fine, there was no queue. There's some of the textures do pop still, but what do they expect it to be, Toad? I'm not expecting it to be.
That doesn't exist either.
It does. The popping.
Wow.
Like the textures aren't there. I turn around and then like 3-4 seconds later they pop in. So that is a thing, Kevin.
If you'd have checked the notes, that did score 7 on the popcorn scale.
Is it, well, whatever.
You two are buffoons. You really are.
I was being serious.
That's about it, really. Just been a quiet week. Just busy and tired this week, so not a lot of action. But Wednesday put about 3 hours into Metro. I love Metro. I don't know how people say like you don't have to be a hardcore fan to get into this. It's very cool. It's very good. If you like it, because like you don't have to be stealthy. You can just go and shoot it up. Whereas I like to be stealthy in this game. So give Metro a try, because I want them to bring more of these games out, because I find them very entertaining. I loved all the other ones, and I love this one. And
the series has a perception in my mind as being not very well liked, because when we went to that gaming bar in London, they were basically they were using copies of it as coasters.
That was a long time ago, though.
It was a long time ago.
That was just the soundtrack thing. It wasn't the actual.
No, because it had a copy of the game in it as well.
No, it didn't. I had loads of them.
It did. I'm sure it did. But then I must have gone there another time where they were using copies of the game, because I got a copy of a game. They had a stack of them by the door on the way out.
Which game, though? There's like 3 now.
I don't know. It had 2 words after the word Metro. There was a colon and then there was 2 words.
Metro.
Could it have been Last Light?
Last Light was the second game.
I've just looked when that came out, 2013. Would that have been the right era for us to have been at that place? I don't know. But they were it would have been a few years after that, but they were throwing it around because they had another one coming out, so it must have been later than that. But no, I'm not saying that's in my head. I'm like, I don't want to play that because I've got this perception of it that isn't real, and only I would have it. So I'm not. It's just I'm completely unfamiliar with it.
That's fine. Like, if you're not into it and you never played it, that's fine. I just find it very entertaining.
It does seem like it'd be up your street because it's just Fallout with different
it's
game style.
Everything I want to play.
As a board game.
It does. but I don't want to play a board game of it because
All right.
I prefer video games to board games. Kevin's more a board game person.
I hardly ever play board games.
No, but you want to all the time.
Yeah, I bought a board game table so we could play them more, and then we don't use the board game table.
Stupid.
You have lives as well, so...
He threw his dinner table out the window into a fire and put a board game table down, did he?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it's got a felt top. I got it delivered urgently on Christmas Eve so we could play board games and extra chairs to sit around.
You are insane. There's something fundamentally wrong with you. Did we tell you, Pab, or did we discuss it on the show when Anna texted me saying Kevin wants you to come round and play some games with him?
Yes, he did.
And I genuinely thought, that's really nice. And then he messaged me separately going, I don't want you to come round.
Yes.
Anna just doesn't want to play games with me. And she said she'd invite you. It's not an invitation from me. I never felt so punched in the gut in my life. It was so mean.
I felt it was important, you knew.
Yeah, but I felt like my first reaction was just that the two of you had set that up. Let's just dangle him a carrot and then beat him for a laugh. I felt well abused. But then I started to understand that, yeah, that's just the way you act. You're a buffoon. And we have never played any board games. I've never been around to do it.
Well, perhaps Anna will invite you around at some point.
You told him not to come or something.
You literally, yeah. If I could find the message, just basically don't come. I don't want you to. Absolute
What's
monster.
wrong with that?
That's just
I can
mean.
handle the honesty. It's how we roll. But yeah.
Right. Pab.
Yes.
Do you still play games, or have you given up these days?
I do still play games.
You're skipping the Fortnite bit, yeah?
No,
Hey,
because the
Apex
Fortnite
Legends now, surely.
No, I play Apex Legends occasionally. I just can't do it. I'm not very good at it, and it just gets on me.
You remember, you weren't very good at Fortnite either for many months.
Until we showed you everything we knew.
I'm not much better at Fortnite now, but at least there's challenges and stuff in there that allow me to get on with other things. Whereas Apex requires me to be good at the shooting bit, which isn't the thing I'm good at.
While you try and dig out your notepad, I fear you didn't read the email I put on Twitter from the headmaster at my kid's school, where he basically told us that Fortnite is the devil. He sent a warning email about the Momo challenge and basically said it doesn't exist. But Fortnite, that's the real danger. Like, that's not word for word what he said, but he has a massive rant about Fortnite, which is not recommended for children under 12. And then goes on to say that Peppa Pig is full of awful, awful things. But yeah, you shouldn't be playing Fortnite, Pab. It's as bad as the Momo challenge.
I don't know if you know this, Sheepdog, but I'm over 12.
I wasn't aware of that, but it's still as bad as the Momo challenge. This game could convince you to do naughty things and hurt people, and Momo's horrific, so stop playing it. Yeah,
Fortnite does simulate violence, Pab. Do you want to become a violent man?
I've just realised this man can't spell Nintendo. I might have to get him thrown under the bus now.
Yeah, there you go. His point is no longer valid.
He's put Ninento. He was so incensed by Fortnite. Sorry, go on, mate.
Shut up. Fortnite Season 8 has arrived.
I missed Season 7.
Season 7 is no longer here with us. And Season 8 is here, and whole changes have come into the map. There's a volcano now in the map. There's a big old lake turned up somewhere, and there's a pirate ship. And it's all pirate themed this season, from what it looks like. And it comes along with the new battle pass and the new season of challenges. And it's taking me some time to get my head around. I feel like I'm just all in a daze at the minute, trying to get used to all this new stuff that's going on. All the audio in the game has been changed and revamped, so the guns sound differently now. So I don't know. It just sounds slightly off. So I'm just getting used to all the new positions of all the new places on the map, and then I've got to deal with the audio issues as well of like just things not sounding quite right. But it's still Fortnite, and I still enjoy playing it. I just enjoy doing the challenges. The challenges now have an assist mode in, so you can go have a party assist mode. So whoever's in your party can contribute to your challenges for you. So, say I was in a party with you, Kev, and you wanted me to help you with your challenge of sniper rifle kills or whatever. If you click that one to be party assist, that one would then be, if I got a sniper rifle kill, it would count towards your challenge, which is great for me because I need as much help as I can with some of the challenges, especially ones such as sniper rifle kills, because I don't really use sniper rifles, but I know people that do. So I had a party assist on them, and they helped me do the challenges, which is great, which is really, really good, because I think some challenges I just really cannot do, and I really struggle with, and I just battle my way through it and bang my head against the wall for a week or two, trying to do particular challenges, and then now it can be done pretty quick if I have someone to help me do it. So Fortnite, yeah, that'll be an ongoing thing. Like I say, it's week 1 of the 10 weeks, whatever it is, of the Battle Pass.
How much do these Battle Pass things cost?
Battle Pass costs about 950 V-Bucks this time, just for the base V-Buck.
Money, money.
I was going to say, what's the conversion rate?
7 or 8 quid, maybe. 6 or 7 quid.
8 of these now.
No. I only joined it about season 4 or 5, I think.
You remember we tried to play for a long time.
Yeah. So I've only joined about 4 or 5, and this season, between season 7 and season 8, there was an overtime challenges, and if you completed 13, I think, of the 20 challenges, you got season 8 Battle Pass for free anyway. So I got the Battle Pass for free anyway this time. It's a clever move for Fortnite, I think, to get people back into the game and to get them invested into a Battle Pass. Because Apex was taking people away from it, but this has got people back into it, I presume, because it's forcing them to, like, you get something for free if you play Fortnite. You play Fortnite and do these challenges, you will get a new Battle Pass. And then once you're in the Battle Pass, you get all the weekly challenges that come out, and it gets them playing the game again. It takes them off of Apex, which people will just flock into that. So it's a clever move, I think, on their part. We'll see how it pans out in the coming weeks, but yeah, that's Fortnite. And the last thing I've played, I have gone back to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I got duped. I got duped because it was like 60% off on Steam over the last weekend, and I was like, "Oh, that's the one that does all the ray tracing stuff with the new graphics cards." I was like, "I'll probably play it more on the PC now. I'm only playing it on the PC rather than the Xbox." I was like, "How much did I actually play on the Xbox?" It turns out I've played about 2 hours on the Xbox, if that. Yeah, I feel like it came out at the wrong time. It just kind of got dumped into a pile of games, and it just kind of got taken over by everything else. Like, I think it was around Red Dead time, maybe, and Forza and other things. So yeah, I've been playing it on the PC, and it does look amazing on the PC with all the graphics on full whack, and I said at the time it felt a bit like is it Batman Arkham Origins to the Batman Arkham games? Like, it felt like, and it is that in a sense, because it is similar, because Arkham Origins was made by not Rocksteady, and this isn't made by Crystal Dynamics, it's made by Ubisoft Montreal, I think. And I feel like at the time I was a bit harsh on it, because it's fine. It's more of the same, very much more of the same. The only issue that I've had is occasionally the audio will desync with the actual video sometimes, some of the cutscenes, and it's only minor. It's only minor things like that I've noticed. There's nothing that particularly stands out to make me think. I don't know what it was, whether it was just the Xbox version that I was playing, and it just, I don't know. It just felt last time, it felt like as if it wasn't made by Crystal Dynamics, and it felt like it was, you kind of could tell. But playing it now, I don't know if there's been patches and stuff like that to it. It's just a good chance there is. It's fine. It is absolutely fine. I'm playing it with I got the one with the season pass, or whatever it is with it. So it just gives me every time I load it up, it gives you all the guns and all the bow and arrows and stuff like that. So I've got a load of guns that I think are just clearly too powerful for that where I'm playing at. I just literally run in. I don't even hide anymore. I just run in and just dead. All silenced weapons, just killing everybody and just wiping them out immediately. And I'm like, that's fine. I don't play these games for the combat, because the combat ain't great in them, to be fair. But I enjoy all the climbing around and doing the puzzles and the bits of story that's going on. And yeah, I kind of like these games. I'm glad that I'm playing it again. I feel like I just want to get through that game and finish the story and do all the other things. I think the new DLC came out for it as well. Like, I feel like,
was that DLC?
Pretty much as I bought it last week. So I do like these games, and it might not be the best entry of the game, but it is pretty much the exact continuation of the Rise of the Tomb Raider was the last one, was it?
Possibly, I don't know. There's been so many.
I think it was Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and this one's Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It's cool. There's several outfits you can wear. You can wear umpteen different outfits, and I think I skinned a jaguar, and I'm wearing like a jaguar pelt now. That was cool. But yeah, I think that's your lot.
I zoned out for a second there because I was uncomfortable, and I'd zoned back in just as Pab said he was wearing a jaguar pelt.
Yeah, do you know what?
I choose to believe he's not talking about a game.
I chose not to interrupt him because I thought the same thing, but since you're at it.
How do you... I don't want to know. Right, are we done? Can I get into a more comfortable chair because my buttocks are numb?
I think
we are done. My phone's out of battery, so I can't Twitter my
Splendid. Well, for those of you who are listening when this comes out on Saturday morning, by Saturday morning you're going to have about 18 hours left to secure your exclusive MGPX lanyard. It's the only place you will ever be able to get the I-made MGPX 19 lanyards from. You won't be able to get them anywhere else ever. Lelujo.fm/MGPX if you want a lanyard, or the T-shirt as well. Although the T-shirts will be available through the T-shirt ticket. Because the Indiegogo page stays open afterwards, although the Indiegogo is funded, it then basically becomes like an online store. So although the lanyards won't be available after that point, the T-shirts still will be, probably until about a month before the event, I imagine, as will the sponsorship packages and things like that. But if you want a lanyard, you got to do it today. So even if you just do £1, you get a lanyard. Anyone who backs the Indiegogo gets a lanyard. You can't buy a lanyard for £1. You're basically robbing us if you come in for £1 to get a lanyard.
Frankly, that's disgusting. You should be ashamed.
Yeah, don't rob us. Do £5 at least. Because otherwise we're going to be back in a pickle we were in a month ago and not being able to pay for the room. And please, let's not have 4,000 of you all coming and do £1 now. So I'm just leaving the country with your $4,000 and all the lanyards.
That'd be enough money that you could just forget about this and sail off into the sunset.
Yes, Sheepdog, $4,000 is sail off into the sunset money.
It probably is. That's probably what it is. Consider it seed money. I buy lots of seeds with it.
Yeah, that's what seed money's for. Right, boys and girls, as usual, I'm now going to say some social networking sites followed by some usernames. Feel free to combine them and do what you will with that information. So here goes. Twitter, Lelujo.
Well, you didn't say the MG UK podcast one.
I couldn't care less about that one. Does anyone follow that one?
Lots of people do. I manage it. Whatever the right word.
I tried to find my login for that the other day when I was trying to do this stuff, and then I thought, just before I faff about trying to find the login or ask you to, let's just see if there's enough followers on it to bother doing it. And then I thought, oh, you know what? I won't bother. It's fine. Well, no one follows it.
They do. I'm sure they do.
Well, all of you, those people who were going to rob us of $4,000, follow MG UK podcast. Get that to 5,000 followers. And then I'll acknowledge it exists.
I'm at RB6K, and I could do with 5,000 followers, so don't go the other way.
And then I'll acknowledge he exists. I won't. I'm never going to acknowledge Sheepdog exists.
You're mean.
One of you two goes next. I don't know what order it goes in.
Illusion.
And I'm Pab 1986.
There's also a Facebook group that no longer links to porn, so you'll be able to see it again. I deleted the old website. Yeah, because I tried to do a boosted post on there for MGPX. I posted on there and then tried to boost it for a tenner, and it said, "Yeah, you can't boost this. This is pornographic." And really? I realised it was because the MatureGamerPodcast.com.
Oh right,
on there, which don't go to that site, everybody. It's full of porn and nothing to do with us. But I've now removed that, and all of a sudden, the page is visible again.
Yeah,
excellent.
And also Bebo.
What?
Kevin Chapman.
You have not got a Bebo.
I had a Bebo years ago.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if my MySpace still runs.
Mine does.
TikTok, the Chapman family. We're on TikTok now.
You're on TikTok now,
Yeah, we're on TikTok.
Excellent.
What made you?
We haven't uploaded. They told me to at VidCon.
I suppose
mainly to claim my username. Which, by the way, if you're the son of a who's already taken Lelujo and the real Lelujo and official Lelujo and every other combination of Lelujo on TikTok, you're a swine. Give me my username.
That is really weird.
I've reported all of them and said, look, don't you know who I am? Give me one of these and verify me.
That is a word you made up. Can't really be stopped, can it? That's quite funny. I'm going to have to start stealing them in future. I think that seems like a lucrative way to leverage against you.
Yeah. Could not believe that there was already every possible combination of Lelujo you could think of. Are you
sure you've not tried to, TikTok, I'll just sign up as Lelujo. And then the next time you go, TikTok, Lelujo's taken. I'll be the real Lelujo.
I'm pretty sure it's not me.
You're going to get yourself banned from it. They're going to ban your IP. They're going to ban all your email addresses.
Very amazing. It's probably for the best if I get banned from it. I am at least 25 years too old for it.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I've only seen one video that I remotely approved of. Someone tweeted a video. It was terrible as well. It was someone with, I can't remember what football team's name, written on his chest, going to shoot another football team. It was him again with the football team name written on his chest. And then another person stepped in. It was just him again with another football team's name written on his chest and shot the other one. And I watched it and thought that was too much effort for the comedy value. But that just summed up TikTok for me. It just seems like a site where people put too much effort into being funny.
Well, I signed up for it because it was described to me as the new Vine, and I don't see any mustard on it.
Wasn't that a site where people put too much effort into being funny, though?
Yeah, well, to me, it was just a place where I did mustard news. Mm-hmm. So I thought, right, I can finally bring back mustard news. And it doesn't seem like it's the place for it.
I feel like you should start a Facebook chat on Facebook Messenger and invite people to the group and just colour the chat yellow and then let everyone just subscribe to it to get their mustard news.
I could get on board with that. Mm. Right. See you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, folks.